Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Again, we're all over social media. Go to our website. Check out our new merch. Chike was rocking the tank top for his birthday. So, well, this is a sad story right here. So, a grieving young father is suing Springfield Police Department in Illinois after he claims officers who searched his vehicle mistook his daughter's ashes for drugs. So, this happened back in April of 2020. There's a traffic stop captured on police body cam. It was recently released. In a heartbreaking video, Dartavia, Barnes was seen handcuffed and sitting in the back of the squad car before giving officer permission to process his vehicle, according to Fox 2 Now. Now this was what the police officer said. This was in the center console. He was showing another police officer. So at first I thought it was heroin. Then I checked for cocaine, but it looks like it's probably Molly. X pills, another officer asked. Now, despite positive results of the police field test, the powder inside the metallic container wasn't drugs at all, but it was cremated remains of Barnes' 2-year-old daughter, Nayyir, according to Barnes' lawsuit. When police confronted Barnes about their findings, he was like, no, bro, that's my daughter. He repeatedly told the officers. That's a difficult one. Nayyir, I'll let you take this. What are your thoughts?
I saw that video. First, you have to look at whether or not those officers really did a test in the field, or were they just trying to get him, to admit to something that he was just afraid to, not say it wasn't him. He knew it wasn't no drugs. I don't think they really did a field test on that substance. And if they did, that's strange. But it may have something to do with the way the body is decomposed and burned down. I don't know. But rightfully so. Sue and get what you can get, young man, and make it all public. Put this on display so that the world can see and so that we know what options we have when we get in a situation like that.
Yeah. Chike?
So I too saw the video, and I'm very analytical when it comes to certain things. And there's a part in the video where he tells the police officer, don't just pour it out. You don't have to pour it out. Pour her in my hair. So if you're doing a field test, isn't that evidence? Why would you pour evidence out?
Right.
That doesn't make sense to me.
That is true.
And then this man is telling you if it is what it is, what you think it is, he's telling you to pour it in his hair. How does that make sense? I do understand it being his daughter and he wants her on him. I get that, but I don't get the rest. Doesn't make sense.
Nayyir?
What do you have on you where you can test something right then and there that will tell you what it is? Right. What do you have in your squad car? Like, what do you have in your squad car that you can instantly test something that quick? Now, I don't, heroin is white, isn't it? I'm sorry, I'm just trying to figure this out.
Right.
How do you know? How do you test that? And how did it come back so quick? Like, I'm confused.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Black tar it's not clear. Black tar is not white. Black tar does actually look black, but you're still accurate on everything else that you're saying.
Like, how do you? I don't understand. And the fact that it's not like he fought you in regards to checking his car. He was compliant. And he only went off when it went to that. Like, that was the only time when he started to spaz out. And like Chike said, like, I don't think the thought process is, I ice drugs and they're poured in my head. Like, his
2-year-old daughter. You know what I mean? And depends on what you
have of her. So you've already tainted it by removing it. Cause I know it was something about they left residue when they poured it out.
His inquisitiveness alone was enough to make, because he kept saying, what, where? It's like, let me see it, man. Let me see it, bro. And the guy kept saying, I'm gonna show you. He said, yeah. He was really confused. Like, he admitted to the marijuana, but he was really confused about this other thing that they were talking about. He's like, no. That's my, it was terrible. It was terrible.
I mean, I think we're seeing, case after case, we're seeing the way police are policing, and it needs to be like a clean sweep of just policy and training, and I mean, because it seems like every day it gets worse and worse, different situations. Well, this past Saturday, NBA legend Dominique Wilkins, who is most known for playing with the Atlanta Hawks, took to social media accusing a restaurant within the Atlanta area of racism. So apparently they had a dress code. It's a high-end restaurant, and they had a dress code, and apparently he was turned away because of what he had on. He said, in all my years, I've eaten at many great restaurants in the world, but never have been turned away because of the color of my skin until today. He continued to accuse them of turning him away because he was Black, and expressed his disappointment. Now, prior to issuing an apology on Sunday to Atlanta Live, they noted that the restaurant released a statement late Saturday, which they later deleted, and said, "It is our best. We do our best to accommodate all of our guests. We have business casual dress code, which includes jeans, sneakers, but prohibits athletic clothing, including sweatpants and tops. The definition of casual is ever evolving. We strive to maintain our policy and requirements daily." Now, again, they removed that apology on Sunday, and they said that we want to apologize to Mr. Wilkins for his experience at our restaurant and also for any confusion our dress code may have caused. We in no way intended for him to feel unwanted and welcome an open dialogue with him. Our upscale dining experience and our brand's culture is made up of multiple elements, which include our music, our food, our patrons' attire. We continue to strive to manifest our dining experience a way that is exciting and most importantly, inclusive. Now, as we all know, Dominique Wilkins played Atlanta Hawks from 82 to 94, and later wanted to play for other teams in the league, like Clippers, Celtics, Spurs, Magic. 2006, he was inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. So, do you think, I'll ask you, Chike, do you think the restaurant, what do you think about their policy? Do you think this was a thing of race? Do you think it was a thing of attire? What are your thoughts?
I mean, that's a hard call. He could have been, in violation. He's Dominique Dawkins. I mean, he can go anywhere he wants normally. He could have been a little bit brazen and worn something not appropriate. It could have happened. They could have been racist. I wasn't there. I can't answer that. But I do believe that facilities do have the right to make the patrons honor their code because they're trying to create an environment. That's why people go to certain places, because they want to enjoy that space. And that's the space that they created for you to enjoy, and it has to have certain parameters in order for it to work. So I agree with the restaurant on that one.
Nayyir.
So we had a dining experience for Sir Chike's birthday, and I had been told that it was business casual. And when we got to the restaurant, it was me, Chike, and our sister, Lee. Mm-hmm. We started to see that their definition of business casual was not what we expected, because we were dressed. We were dressed. We were fine. Yeah. And, it was like, well, that's not business casual what they got on. Like, we saw Converses and stuff and things that were not expected of this establishment, but the food was wonderful. The service was great.
Right. I remember there was a restaurant, I think it was in Florida, I could be wrong, but there was the same situation where they wouldn't let a family sit down because the son had on a jersey or some kind of.
Was it the little boy?
And the mother saw the white child.
And she saw the white kid in there. He had on regularly. He had a jersey and stuff on too. There was another incident with a Black guy going to a restaurant, and he had on sneakers, and they was like, no sneakers allowed. In the camera, you could see all the white folks with sneakers on at the bar. And it was a spot in Atlanta. I don't remember the name. It was like a sushi spot or something like that.
Oh yeah, yep, I remember that. Yep. So, now, what's your take on this? You think is the dress code? Is it racism? What do you think?
I think Chike said the most intelligent thing. I wasn't there. I can't observe that. But I think it could be either way. And I think it's a lack of empathy as well that just, came into play there on both ends, perhaps. But, as a restaurant manager, this is in Atlanta, right? Mm-hmm. So if management was called, which management should have been called, if I was the manager, I would have gone to this person and said, hey, once I find out who it is, this is your hometown, man. Right. This is what we typically do. So people are going to see you. They might have things to say about what we're doing here, but hey, we're going to put you in a private space. We're going to let you and your guests in. Normally we see people who are dressed this way, whatever, but you're Dominique. Thank you for coming by. It's like a lack of empathy. People are so hard these days. And that's why we have a lot of problems with ethnicities and racism and all this. Just a lack of empathy, man. Could have cleanly solved that issue.
A different way, yeah.
And listen, look, Steve. Back in the day, restaurants used to have what they call the house jacket. When you came in and you weren't dressed, they would dig in the crates and pull out that jacket. And you wear this, you're gonna sit in here.
They sure did.
Yeah,
that was. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
that's true. Well, a lot of us found things to do during the pandemic, and apparently Nick Cannon did too. The multiple talented entertainment welcomed his fourth child in December of 2020 with model Brittany Bell, with whom he already has a son. It was unclear if Nick was still with Brittany because despite a baby with her, he was publicly in a relationship with a model named Lynia Cole. His dilemma made a very interesting Valentine's Day with the ladies in his life. Abby and Nick had an eventful baby shower, but the parents to the would-be were all smiles. Now, 4 kids, 2 kids on the way, you can only imagine the buzz surrounding the news the other day when they think another baby's on the way, this time by Wildin' Out model Alyssa Scott. So why people are thinking these allegations are true is because she posted a picture of a baby bump and people were asking her, was this the baby? And she said the baby's name was Zen S. Cannon. Now, Nick's alleged 7th child set social media on fire, and it's clear the rumors have reached the most recent girlfriend, Lynia, who he had just spent Valentine's Day with. And so she addressed it on Saturday with some fans. So I saw people have pictures. Apparently, he takes a lot of pictures when the women are pregnant. They said he has more pregnancy pictures than album covers. Lynia, is Nick doing his thing? I mean, is he living his life, or does he need to slow down?
Nick got money, and he's he's a good age, so he is populating the world. He is a low key Future, just dressed up nicer with a turban, and somebody said it on social media. He loved getting these ambiguous women pregnant because the 2 darker skinned women that he dated, the one that he's with now and Jessica White, neither one of them, because I think Jessica lost a baby, or they were trying and it just didn't work. I don't know if Lynicia's been pregnant by him. Maybe she's trying to jump in on that train, but he's definitely populating. He's definitely keeping busy. And it just seems like they all cool with it. Like, it seemed like they all cool with it. Mm-hmm. And obviously, hopefully, everybody's healthy, because we know you're not practicing safe sex. So
apparently. Nayyir, what's your boy Nick doing?
Nick said it. He said it years ago. He said, I'm a gigolo, spend lots of dough. Yeah. Nick will be all right, and so with them kids and them women. He got enough money. He better slow down though, because they getting a little bit of everything he got, So, but for now they'll be all right.
Yeah. Hey, Nick. Chike.
I think Mr. Cannon is a real life She Hate Me. Real life. And all I have to say is, Nick, I've never heard anything in these streets about you being a bad father or anything. So you can always afford to take care of him. You can afford to make him. Power on, brother. Populate the earth. Take care of your kids. And stay working.
Oh, he gonna work.
He ain't never gonna stop working, because he gonna have to keep working.
Nick coming after that DMX title.
Oh,
Rest in peace.
oh, shade, Stephen.
Nayyir, thank you so much for Hot Topics, Lynia. We're gonna see you in our next block to talk all about your new indie film, Providence, and you find out how you can be part of that. Chike, I'll see your movie reviews, and we'll be right back after this.